Hello and welcome to another Popper video. Today we're playing Blue-White Familiars once again. I want to play Familiars at least once a week just to see what we can do and try to tweak the deck a little bit. What we're doing here is we're taking Prosperous Pirates into the league instead of playing Murmuring Mystic. This way I can kind of prove or show you how Prosperous Pirates is super good in this deck. I'm also taking a note from GN and going up to 20 lands with just 2 Lorien revealed. Let's see if that's a little bit better. And I'm playing 3 Modern Age with 2 Deep Analysis and a Singleton Compulsive Research. This is our infinite mana compulsive you out win condition, but we're probably not going to be playing it most of the time. In the main deck, I'm playing 3 counter spells, and then Dawnbringer Cleric as my way of defeating enchantments. And then I'm playing 2 Ghostly Flickers here, just so I can be more likely to combo with Archaeomancer and Prosperous Pirates. Prosperous Pirates makes 2 treasures when it enters the battlefield, so if you have 2 familiars in play, you can flicker Archaeomancer and Prosperous Pirates to make infinite treasures, giving you infinite mana, draw your deck, compulsive research at your opponent, etc. Or you can just counterspell lock them out of the game. Sideboard, I'm just going with 3 Nature's Chance for the Glitters types decks. Last Breath as my Singleton removal spell for walls and elves and stuff. Circle Protection Blue for Terror, just don't like losing to Terror. 6 Blue Blasts for red decks. 1 more counterspell, just so we have good interaction versus initiative decks. And then 2 negates. I think this is probably our best anti-counterspell that we have, so that comes in against counterspells. It's also something that we're going to swap out the counterspells with versus something like Glitters. I also like that this deck can make infinite life a little bit earlier, because with 1 Sunscape Familiar, Flicker, Archaeomancer, and Pirates, this is an infinite combo with that's just mana neutral, so you can get infinite triggers of Godfarrow's Faithful for infinite life. If you want to check out more about Familiars and learn about the deck, check out the pinned video on my YouTube channel that explains the deck. Make sure to check out the Patreon, patreon.com/kalikaiz, which has sideboard guides and things like that. Make sure to like and subscribe. Really appreciate that. Helps out the channel a lot. And then if you're looking to play in paper, upcoming Dragon Master Games in Binghamton, New York has a Pauper 2K. That's $2,000 in prize support for the top 8. And that's going to be February 24th. So I'm likely going to go to that. Hopefully I'll see you there. Don't forget about it. I'll keep reminding you as the videos go on. So without further ado, let's go right into the league. All right, round 1, we're up versus Elves. So we need a hand that has Fast Familiar, Archaeomancer, Ephemerate, and hopefully Snap, but we didn't find Snap. Still going to keep this. This is a very decent hand versus Elves. So we can go land, cycle for planes, play the Familiar turn 2. Today, yes. All right, land go. And our opponent is excited to potentially be on a video, so hi. And I'm just going to yield until next end step and cycle out my planes. Draw. So this is okay, we find Flicker. So with Prosperous Pirates, we would have not infinite flickers on Archaeomancer Pirates here. All right, land, pass the turn. Fortunately, we did not find any snaps. Our opponent has played a Priest of Titania. They have 2 elves in play, 3 elves now. They can make 3 mana. Plays a Birchlore Rangers. Now they have a ton of mana. They still have 3 mana if they tap these 2 creatures. They could play a Timberwatch Elf. So this is 5. I'm gonna go ahead and Deep Analysis, trying to find a snap. Did not find a snap. I think I have to just... So Modern Age will dig 2 cards. I can discard this maybe. Then next turn I can dig 2 more with Deep Analysis. Play that. Discard Chancery. Pass the turn. Maybe I should have just discarded the Lorien. They play another Vanguard. They've got 6, 10, 11, 12 power on the table. If they find a Quirion Ranger, we're basically dead. Elvish Mystic makes this 13, 14 power, 15, 16. They have a Winding Way. Finds a Quirion Ranger. All right, I'm done. I mean, like, I can block here and then die, so is that useful? I don't think so. It's annoying. I mean, darn. Wait, they untapped the Priest of Titania? Oh, because they have Distant Melody in hand. Cool. Cool, cool. Easy game. Elves just goes off really fast. So I want the Last Breath. The Dawnbringer Cleric doesn't matter. Negates I think are good. Don't really need the Faithfuls because they don't do anything for me. I could just cut all the Faithfuls, having one more counterspell. I know our opponent likes to play weird counters in their deck too. Unfortunately, we just didn't have the snaps. Okay, who would like to play first? We have counterspell. I'm going to keep this one. We have 3 lands. So we go land, turn 2, play land. And we have counterspell open for a big mana creature or the Timberwatch Elf or a draw spell. Bokuina always has the Distant Melody in hand. Player tap land and pass the turn. Forest for the opponent. Bindhorn Elves. Alright, I'm just going to get my Familiar into the battlefield. Next turn I can go Snap plus Deep Analysis or play the Faithful and an Island. Play Priest of Titania, Birchlore Rangers. So the question is, do I snap the Priest? I suggest spare a Sentinel, cycle for an Island, play land, attempt to snap the Priest of Titania. Okay. If that resolves, I'm going to Mancer back the snap. They did not have any blue mana that turn. They are tapping 3 mana. They could draw 4 with Distant Melody right now, or draw 3. Plays a Priest. Now they have 2 mana. Passing the turn. Okay, we're going to go Snap on the Priest. See what they do. Nothing. Let's Deep Analysis. Looking for a card draw. Okay, we find the Prosperous Pirates. I think here I just cycle for an island, play the island, and draw 2 more. That's the turn. Alright, we can play Pirates. We'll have 3 more mana. Still have Counterspell available. They just keep doing the same thing. We can Ephemerate for Snap. We have Counterspell for something up from their end. Land. Play this Pirates. Maybe that was not the right call. Attempt to Ephemerate. They're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over. I want to just snap the Priest over and over. You have a response? No response still. So now I guess I have my 5 lands. I think I probably have to just try to counterspell the Priest this turn if they're just going to replay it again. Okay, counterspell. It seems like this is important to their game plan. Pass the turn. Right now they have 2 mana. They're not going to do anything. Okay. We're looking for Flicker to put a lot of mana into the table by flickering the Pirates. They just scoop it up. Okay. Somehow we win. We were not super close to actually doing stuff, but they couldn't accomplish anything, so we win. That's good. Try again. Okay, so this is a medium hand. We can't really do anything until turn 3, but we do have Snap Chancery and Arcane Mancer Flicker. We have a Counterspell. Faithful in hand. Our opponent plays a Mystic on turn 1. We have Ephemerate Snap available. We're not doing anything for a while. Plays a Priest of Titania. 3 cards in hand. Gets in for 1. Okay. So I'm going to Chancery. Cycle this. Grab an island. I think it's best to discard the Faithful here. They don't have any blue mana at the moment. Winding Way. They find 4 cards. Winding Way, Vanguard, Birchlore Rangers, Timberwatch Elf. Is Birchlore Rangers probably going to play the Timberwatch Elf here? I would have to guess. Yep. 2 cards in hand. They don't currently have a query on. I can snap this. Untap. And I can also snap the Priest. Have some more. Play the Arcane Mancer. Get back Snap. And then Ephemerate. Get back Snap. They're paying 4 mana. Probably going to play... Okay, they're playing multiple cards. Priest of Titania. Timberwatch Elf. We'll take 5. Okay, no blocks. Have the Ephemerate. Ephemerate here. I like that it just comes right back. We have the Pirate. Cycle for a land. Getting close. All right, so what's the play? Snap, snap. I'll have 5 mana. I can ephemerate and snap that too. Back to 5 mana. Play Prosperous Pirates. Counterspell available. Okay, snap this. Tap. Snap this. The priest, I mean. Tap again. 5 mana. Ephemerate the Mancer. Snap. Snap this one. I have 5 mana again. Play the Prosperous Pirates. Pass the turn. They have 4 mana. They're going to play the priest. Play the Elvish Vanguard first. Okay. Counterspell on the priest. That resolves. Awesome. So now I have an ephemerate counterspell going. Play Birchlore Rangers. We will ephemerate the Archaeomancer. Back the ephemerate. Now we have Drifter ephemerate. Alright, I'm going to go for it. I need lands. Let's Drifter. Then ephemerate the Drifter. Draw a bunch of cards. Play a land. Pass the turn. Put a Mortuary Mired. Just attack for 3. Okay, they've got a Quirion Ranger. Making a bunch of mana. Bunch of cards in hand. Plays a Timberwatch Elf. Another Timberwatch Elf. Gary. Get in for 5. Okay. Alright, so we have the Ephemerate Rebound to get back Ephemerate. Gonna cast a Preordain. Negate, I think I like. Lauren revealed I don't want to think. Bottom, pop the negate. Play land. So we can Ephemerate and snap the Timberwatch Elf. Go back to... Yeah, I think I'm gonna Ephemerate. Snap. Bounce this one. Tap, untap. Pass the turn. So they have 5 attackers. Play the Timberwatch. Fully expected. They can do 2 Timberwatch activations. See if they attack with everything. They attack with everything. I'm gonna put the pirate here. Bull Drifter. Birchlore Rangers. And then see what they do, I guess. Okay. They put the Timberwatch on the Quirion Ranger. Untap the Timberwatch. Okay, perfect. So now we can flicker here. Get back to flicker. Now we have 2 extra mana. So we're actually gonna make 1 mana. This is super tight. Flicker here. Draw 2 cards. We're gonna take 2 damage. Really need a familiar. Is it Birchlore Rangers? Their thing is ginormous. We get the Ephemerate. Ephemerate the Archaeomancer. Oh, this is not great. I can try flickering the Drifter to see if I can draw into a familiar. Also, like, put the Faithful on top. I'm gonna flicker and see what happens. Draw some cards. There's a familiar. Okay, so I can almost make infinite mana, right? Let's see if I can do it. Go for infinite life. Familiar in play. Familiar in play. Land. Next turn I can get my mana online. Ephemerate, snap this. Ephemerate, hit the snap. Snapping Timberwatch. Untap. I have 4 blockers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers. Maybe I just go Drifter, Flicker, Drifter. Or I can just flicker here, get the snap the Timberwatch. Then they can't attack. Then I just chump a Muldrifter here. Flicker here. Because I have the Ephemerate in exile. Get a snap. I have a counterspell too. Let's snap this Timberwatch. Tap, untap. Okay. Pass the turn. I have 2 negates. I'm going to discard a Modern Age. I think it's possible that we're going to win here. I can block and then flicker, pirate, and Archaeomancer. I'm going to negate that. Super speedy negate there on my end. Got a little bit lucky. Definitely just trying to think things through right now. Elves is scary. Plays a Timberwatch elf. Sure. I think I'm actually just going to flicker the Drifter and the Mancer and hold up negate. Block. Flicker. And then we get to... Come on, this one. Okay, there we go. Get back to flicker. Holding up negate. Yes! Wow. Okay. GG's, we're 1-0. On to round 2. Okay, round 2 on the draw. If we find a white source, this hand's pretty decent. I think I'm going to keep it based on drawing a land, drawing a card, and then seeing multiple cards with the preordain. Keep. They mulligan to 6. Okay, they're keeping 6. Rustvale Bridge could be Glitters, could be Boros, be preordain, a Mire, and the Modern Age. If I take both, I play the Modern Age and I discard a creature, and then I play the Mire on an upcoming turn. I think I'm just going to bottom the Mire and top the Modern Age. The Modern Age is going to allow me to draw another card on the next turn, plus a card for a land. Sorry. We're going to draw for turn, then we're going to loot once. So we'll be 4 cards deep looking for another land. And they have a Rustvale Bridge, so it's confirmed Jeskai Glitter Affinity. My least favorite deck to play against. I'm preordaining here. You find Counterspell, which is not really that great, but Plains is good. You can play the Faithful, so now we have a blocker. Next turn we can go Faithful again into Modern Age or Familiar into Modern Age. Kind of tough to say. I think we probably want to get our mana engine online. If we draw another land, we can play the Hardcast and Muldrifter. I don't have to getting the mana for the Landscape Familiar, like the discount, as soon as possible is probably good. Make the mana back ASAP. Okay, we find a Chancery. So that means go Familiar, Chancery, pick up the land. Next turn, Faithful, Modern Age. We have to dig hard for a snap here, because we will get wrecked if we let them just glitter and kill us. They only have 2 cards in hand, but they're going to draw for turn to 3 and then potentially crack the clue. Okay, or just cast Thoughtcast for 1 mana. Yeah, 4 cards in hand. Plays Ornithopter and Mirrored Forcer. See if they have the glitters. Thoughtcast. So that's not the glitters. Obviously, their luck has not with them at the moment. They can make 1 Gingerbrute unblockable. Another Springleaf Drum. Didn't want to make their Gingerbrute unblockable? I guess it's just extra time. Alright, we find the Pirates, so that's good. Play the Prosperous Pirates. That makes a mana, or 2 mana. Do they seriously are also playing Metallic Rebukes? No, okay, good. Good, that makes me feel slightly better. Alright, let's play the Modern Age here. Gain some life, discarding lanes. Now I'm looking for a flicker, so I can go Drifter, Flicker, Drifter, Pirates, and have a bunch of mana. We play Experimental Synthesizer, and they find all that glitters. So we are super dead pretty soon. They can put the glitters on a Gingerbrute and then swing out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a 12-powered creature. But they will now have to be tapped out. So I have 4 cards, 5 cards to see a snap, or Drifter, Flicker, or whatever. I guess I probably just block with a Faithful. I can't. Okay, so this is 16 damage. Yeah, I'm dead no matter what next turn. Find an Ephemerate. Okay, draw. Discard the Barons. Snap this thing. Yay. I love that loot. Thank you, loot. Now I'm going to evoke the Drifter. We're at 8 life. Looking for any counterspell. Ephemerate the Muldrifter. Find a Familiar. We can now play Chancery, pick up the land, Pulse of Research, and then discard the land and draw 3 cards. Okay, we'll discard land, this land. And that's it for me. We're at 10, so if they find another glitters, we're just dead again. Maybe I should have blocked still. We would have been at 14 here. Glinthawk. They pick up the synthesizer. Find a galvanic blast. I think I'm going to block the Mirror Enforcer with 2 creatures. See what they'll do. They Glinthawk again. I feel like you should have played the synth first. They return an Ornithopter. Play the Ornithopter. They have Galvanic in exile. They've got Synthesizer in hand. And Gingerbread in hand. They kill my familiar. Okay. Make their Gingerbread unblockable. They're attacking. We're going to double block here to kill this. We have double familiar. I mean, either way they do it, it's fine for me. Draw some more cards or have a bunch of mana. Like, I think both are okay. Let's ephemerate. We have 2 cards in hand, right? Synthesizer and Gingerbread Man. We find a snap. Okay, so land, familiar, Preordain. Here's a bonus for Vector Glider. It's a 2/3. This is a 2/2. Vector Glider OP. Alright, we find the Flicker and a hideout. Okay, so I'm going to bottom this, top the Flicker. I could just snap this and then Drifter, Flicker, Drifter. I think I'm going to pass and just keep the snap as interaction if they somehow rip a glitters. Synthesizer for the opponent. And they find a Galvanic Blast. So I can respond to that by doing a snap plus Flicker. Play the Gingerbread. So 1 unknown in hand. Okay, that's an unblockable Ginger Boy. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna swing out. So we'll be at 9. They could send the Galvanic Face if they want. All right, we're going to 9. Do I care? Let's just snap this Gingerbread. Then Flicker. I can Flicker, Drifter, Familiar. Tap, untap. I actually probably want to get an untapped land here. Cycle this. And then grab the untapped land. Flicker here. Draw some cards. We found another snap. They scoop. Yes. Yes. Okay, we want the chance. We want the negates. Gonna get rid of the counter spells. I really feel like the cleric is medium. What else can I cut? Maybe I just can't even play the negates. The Dawnbringer cleric I feel like is not worth it. So it looks like it's just gonna be 1 negate for me. Do I want Hydroblast then? I don't think so. Bunch of chance and a negate. So now I have 7 ways to get rid of a creature that has glitters on it. Alright, so our opening hand is medium again, but I'm going to keep it once again. We have Broker's Hideout, get a Plains. Play the Faithful, play Island, cycle for an island. They mulligan to 6. One thing to note with the Broker's Hideout is it actually has 2 triggers. ETB, sacrifice it, and then a trigger after you sacrifice it to search. So if you have the no possible play on, you don't have to do anything. Just auto passes through the 2 triggers. Grab our Plains. And having top deck the Nature's Chant, we could just go straight after their Great Furnace. They play a Frogmite. I think I'm going to blow up the blue land here. That's the turn. I would like to take them off of their Thoughtcast mana. Okay. Get in for 2. Cycle. Play the island. And I think we just Modern Age and discard the Deep Analysis. Next turn I can Faithful plus cast Deep Analysis. It's always good to get the Modern Age onto the table fast. I love that they don't have the blue mana here. Feels good. Maybe I get rid of the Ephemerate. You can get that back later. So Godpharaoh's Faithful. And Deep Analysis. I like to draw the cards first and then use the card selection after. Looks like they're going to Galblast the Faithful. Go back to 15. Finding a Mole Drifter. Preordain looking for another land. Floodplain Faithful. Okay. I guess that's Keep. Maybe the second Faithful's not great. I think we go Faithful and then evoke the Drifter just to draw some cards. Now we've got a 2/2 or a 2/3 flyer. Hello. They are super mana screwed. We're gonna just like basically cast Divination here with this Mole Drifter. If they blow that up again. Alright, Nature's Chant on the blue source was huge for me. Alright, draw some cards. Draw basic lands, so we can play the Floodplain and pass. Next turn we can Archaeomancer for the Ephemerate. And then we can Ephemerate for the Nature's Chant, and then start blowing up all their lands. They take out the other Faithful. Alright, well, I'm going to block your Frogmite. Your Enforcer. Okay. Let's go Chancery. Yield. Pick up this. Snap the Mirror Enforcer. Tap, untap. Play Faithful. Play Archaeomancer. And I'm going to grab the Ephemerate. I'm not dead here if they have the All That Glitters. I'm going to Ephemerate and grab the Snap. I like having the mana available. Could also get the Nature's Chant and just start taking out their lands. I like that Snap can protect me. Your Enforcer for the opponent. They know I have Snap in hand. They're a little bit sketched out about just casting the All That Glitters. They scoop it up. We're 2-0. Let's go. Round 3, we're on the draw. This hand is just much too slow with the mana base. We're gonna mulligan. And unfortunate mulligan again. Our opponent mulligan to 6 as well. Harpfish with a Chandra avatar. This is fine. You can keep and put back a couple of lands. This only really punishes me if they're on land destruction or wildfire. Maybe I should look them up. Alright, they have no results. So I think we're going to put back... Yeah, we're going to hedge. We're going to put back the counterspell. Say done. They're on pawns, I'll be really mad. No! No. Okay, walls. Also a no, but less so, I guess. We face elves and then walls. I feel like we're getting not a great matchups here. Don't really have an answer. Nettle Sentinel says elves, not walls. Mulligan to 6. They have 3 cards in hand. Priest of Titania, so they probably kept Lead the Stampede or Distant Melody in hand. Okay, we are going to Modern Age. Probably discard the island here. Though the Dominator Clerk doesn't do that much. Discarding the island. So we have the Chancery, which is 2 land drops, and that's why we can feel free to discard that 1 island. Right now our opponent has 4 power on the table, 3 cards in hand. They're tapping mana. Not making blue, so not casting Distant Melody here, I guess. Cast Lead the Stampede. That's kind of what I expected. So they find a bunch more mana sources. They can cast the Birchlore Rangers and then use the Nettle Sentinel plus the Birchlore Rangers to cast all the 1-drops that they have in their hand. And then they can cast Priest of Titania after. So yeah, not great. You just have to watch them click around. You can do it, opponent. They cast their 2 Birchlore Rangers. Now they're going to tap for mana again. Like they're going to cast Priest of Titania. They have 2 cards in hand. They're going to cast something else. It's Winding Way. Hit Forest, 2 Elvish Mystics, and a Vanguard. Can't cast any of that just now. Right. Find a Snap. That's pretty good. Let's discard the island again. Play the Chancery and pass the turn. So right now they have 5 power on the table. They have double Mystic and Vanguard in their hand. Plus 2 unknowns. Vanguard. Now they can play the Elvish Mystics for free with the Nettle Sentinel. Looks like they're just going to cast off the Priest of Titania. A little bit of a leak there. Oh no, they're just going to Distant Melody me. That feels bad. There's really no reason to tap this. Mistake. They could just cast these for 0 mana. The odds of me winning are extraordinarily low here. We could find Sunscape Familiar and then somehow like go off after. Plays Finehorn Elves. Now they're gonna draw like 10. Just gonna go to the next game. Let's look at the top of our deck. I mean, I don't really feel like whatever. I didn't really want to just wait for them to cast all their spells. Bringing the negates, the Dawnbringer Cleric goes away, the Last Breath comes in. Cut down on some Faithfuls again. We're looking for familiars in our opening hand. I mean, clearly that game was not over, but I have places to be. Alright, let's do it. No familiar. We have lands, we have snap. I'm gonna keep. We can go land, cycle for the dual land. We don't have any turn 2 play anyway. Alright. Our opponent plays land, probably Nettle Sentinel. Furion Ranger on turn 1. Okay. They land. And I'm just gonna cycle again. Let them go. We're 2 turns away from a deep analysis. That's really my big goal here. I'm definitely hoping to find familiar off the top, or Preordain or the Modern Age, just to start moving. Opponent is going to tap and untap their forest, and then okay. Oh, they play a land for turn. They have 2 mana. Play Priest of Titania. Get in for 1. Find an Archaeomancer. I'm gonna cycle, and I'm gonna snap this Priest of Titania. I don't have anything to do with it, but I would rather not have it on the table for a couple of turns. Next turn I can Mancer back the snap, and then see if I can do something from there. Turn 5 I can play the Pirates. So they can, okay, they've got a Nettle Sentinel. They can tap and then untap their Furion Ranger to play the Forest again, and then play the Perch, whatever. What's it called? You play it, opponent, then I'll know the name of the card. Come on, Carpfish. Priest of Titania. There we go. That's what it's called. Alright, so they can swing in with their Nettle Sentinel next turn. Really need a familiar. No fam. Land. Play Mancer. Back the snap. So this next turn, they're basically going to have infinite mana. They have 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 mana if they don't do anything else. Just tap all their lands and untap the Priest of Titania and play a land again. They're likely going to dump their hand here. Find a Birchlore Rangers. Okay, they're tapping and playing cards. So I guess basically hoping they don't have Disability in hand. The odds of that are likely 0, though. Is Winding Way. Oh my good. Wow. They completely whiffed. Forest, Lead the Stampede, Envelop. Counter target sorcery spell. What sorcery spell are you wanting to counter, my friend? I have no idea. Deep Analysis? Preordain? Don't know. Maybe like some sort of sweeper that you thought I had? I don't have any instant sorcery speed sweepers. Okay, so they have a ridiculous amount of mana. They have 5. They're going to draw 5 off of Distant Melody here. Lead the Stampede. So they have Distant Melody, Winding Way, and Lead the Stampede in their hand. What a powerful wizard. So they find Masked Vandal, Quirion Ranger. They can play those 2 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then they can draw 6 cards off the Distant Melody that apparently is in their hand. Probably just go Quirion Ranger, Masked Vandal. I don't know what they're sideboarding in here. Thing is, like, just the Elves player, if they have a really good hand, they just win the game. What can you do, really? Okay, continuing to tap mana. Play random stuff. They have 7 mana off Priest, plus all the other mana. Come on, you can do it. There's Timberwatch Elf, so that's something we probably want to snap. Now they have the Disability. Alright, I'm just gonna go to the next game. Let's see. I guess I should go to my turn, right? I'll go to my turn. But it's gonna take them like 20 more minutes to play the Elves out of their hand. They play an Elvish Vanguard. What scenario win here? They're continuing to play Elves. They've got Elvish Vanguards in play. I just don't feel like waiting around. I'm gonna concede and continue on with my life. Double snap, preordain. Yeah, no familiar anywhere near the top of our deck. Keep going, keep going. Let's see if it was there. No, 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 no. Okay, it was 25 cards down. Let's go to round 4. Round 4 versus Tamascura. I believe they're also on glitters. We can't really keep this hand. We have nothing to do and no third land. Okay, this is a lot better. I'm gonna keep this. But what do I put back here, right? I think I'm gonna put back the Mortuary Mire. That's the highest high roll we can do. Like if we draw it, they're on gates. Okay, that's they're on gates. I probably want to just preordain, looking for more lands and stuff. I'll bottom this deep analysis, top the land, pass the turn. Gates is generally a good matchup for us. We'll see how it goes. They play a tap land, so they could have Spell Pierce here. Alright, I'm just going to play this Broker's Hideout and pass the turn, grabbing my planes, and then I'll yield until their next end step. And basically, we're just going to cycle for an island and then maybe play out the Sun's Gate Familiar. Depending on what happens. They're leaving up a counterspell, we can't really do that. I think they're going to play a creature. Looks like playing the Modern Age, okay? So best draw for us might be our own version. They're going to discard Guardian. Wow. That's interesting. Usually Guardian is the thing that kind of destroys familiars by being unblockable. I'm going to play out my familiar. And just, hopefully they don't have a Journey to Nowhere. But if they do, then I can hardcast a Deep Analysis. They go to their... Yeah, they were looking for a land. They're looting here on their main phase. Oh, actually that just happens as soon as it gets to their main phase, right? So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't indicate that they didn't have a land. They discard a land, so they definitely had a land the whole time. Maybe they had a second Guardian as well. Journey to Nowhere. Okay. So, 4 cards in hand for our opponent. Draw. Lorien revealed. What's Deep Analysis? If they want to counter it. Like, no. Okay, next turn I'm probably going to go Faithful plus Deep Analysis. Got a lot of power on the table. I need to start gaining life. They play a Squadron Hawk, huh? Alright, so they're probably going to gate up here. Then my Deep Analysis is going to resolve. They're holding up counters. Oh yeah, they didn't have an attacker. I feel silly. Okay, play Faithful. Let's cycle. Let's draw first. We're at 19. They don't counter it. I'm gonna cycle this and grab the dual land. Play that out. I could have also got an untapped land and played the Mortuary Mire, so I could play the Archaeomancer from hand. Get something else back. I'm a little bit nervous here. They have a lot of power on the table. That's 6 power coming in. I mean hot. Yikes. Okay, so we can go answer for preordain. Try compulsive research. Because we have the snap now for their lethal gate. I'm feeling like I can discard Archaeomancer and Modern Age. Play out the Mortuary Mire. I'm gonna say no here actually. And I'm gonna yield until blocks. See if they want to go all in on trying to kill me. Another gate. That's 5, 6, 7 power. Let's attempt to snap their creature. Boink. You have a counter. If they do have counter, next turn we can go Faithful, Drifter, Ephemerate. They seem like they don't have a counter. Okay. Are they just going to replay it? Now I have Drifter, Ephemerate plus Counterspell. I think I have to do that. Voke. They only have 1 attacker right now. They would... Okay, they do have Counterspell in hand. They just... I'm not sure if they chose the right moment. I probably would have Counterspelled the snap. So Drifter is going to resolve. Have the Ephemerate. Voke the Drifter. Here comes the Ephemerate. I'm looking for more lands. Come on. Okay. I can Chancery. I'm actually going to pick up the planes and then discard the planes. No attacks. If I find a familiar, I can actually probably get back my Archaeomancer with Archaeomancer Flicker and then in the game. Journeys to Nowhere on the Muldrifter. Okay. Swing 2. There's not very much. The next turn they're going to have 2, 3, 4. Find another. They find a Guardian of the Guild pack. So that's 6, 8, 9, 10. It's a lot of damage. Whatever it is. Let's Ephemerate the Faithful. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. A Faithful, Faithful. Then Preordain. Well, I can also just hardcast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Okay. Can Drifter, evoke the Drifter, and Flicker the Drifter. Gain 6. And then I can cast the Preordain, gain even more. Alright, so I have a snap. I can snap this thing. Not sure if that gets me anywhere. I just get to use it again. But I'm going to go up to 6. I'll go up to 7 cards in hand. I think I'm okay. Flicker here. Second Flicker in hand is nice. Draw 2. Find a Modern Age and an island. Let's Preordain. Go to 22 life. 22. Triple Faithful. We find a Dawnbringer Cleric, which can take out the Journey. So that's pretty good. I don't need the Chancery. Pop the Cleric. Feeling pretty confident at the moment. Let's see if Tom goes for gating up the Guardian. Doesn't, we have a lot of life we're going to gain. Guardian is going to attack for 6. Let's see if they have... Going full in. Okay, great. Perfect. Let's see. Attack for 12. No problem. You take it. Go to 10. Double Familiar. That's infinite life. Okay. Play Familiar. Play Dawnbringer Cleric. Go ahead and destroy this. And then we can Flicker the Cleric. I don't know. Go Archaeomancer. Get back. Ephemerate. I will attack you for 2 just because I can. Donk. Let's Flicker on the Cleric and the Archaeomancer. Give me back my Muldrifter, please. Destroy that enchantment. Bonk. Okay, draw 2 more. So I guess we're looking for the Prosperous Pirates now. And Flicker again. See if I can draw Pirate. Okay, get back to Flicker. Draw 2 cards. No Pirate. Alright, well, we can snap this. Spectre Glider. Untap, untap. We can Drifter Ephemerate. Evoke the Drifter. Let's see what happens. Alright. Let's Ephemerate the Muldrifter. We drew a Snap Mancer. Okay. Now I'm just going to, I think, snap the Faithful here. Gain a bunch of life. Tap, untap. Go ahead and play Faithful. Then evoke a Muldrifter. I have too many cards now. This is how it's supposed to be. We're taking actions, that's for sure. Did not find the Prosperous Pirates, but we have a lot of cards. And we're down to 15 cards in the library. Good to do. Alright. We put a lot of power on the table. There's the Pirates. Okay, discard this and Preordain. Another Familiar. We need to keep, we have 12 cards in hand. We need to keep some cards. 1, 2. I want to keep this and this one. Flicker. So start getting rid of the cards. We have 1 more land drop. Okay. Cool. All right. They let me do my thing and then scooped it up. Okay. Fair enough. Love it. All right. Dawnbringer Cleric's pretty decent. Nature's Chant also could be good for the relics that we might expect. Might go down on Counterspell. We cut 1 Faithful. And So I'm basically just taking a Faithful for a chant and then keeping the Cleric because that can gain me some life as well. And it's another way to deal with Journey to Nowheres as well as stuff from the graveyard. All right, let's do that. Kind of tough. It's tough when you want to keep your combo piece in because it kind of reduces the amount of things that you can actually sideboard. Look at this hand. No, thank you. I mean, is this keepable? Basically doing nothing. I feel like I have to mulligan. Not great. Should have kept it. Okay, keep this one. Get rid of Pirates and Drifter. So we have turn 1 Faithful, turn 2 Cycle Preordain. Not terrible. Let's see if we can dig our way out of that. Faithful go. I like that we're going to get a little bit of a life buffer immediately here. They've got enough mana to cast a Hawk or a Modern Age, or Journey to Nowhere apparently. Good thing that that didn't hit my Familiar. You can just slam the Familiar, I guess. A little bit of a bait, it looks like, from our side. See if they have another Journey. They do! Did not expect that one. No one expects the double Journey. All right, unfortunately, I think we have to preordain into the potential for Spell Pierce here. Land, preordain. Nature's Chance. Okay, let's top both of these. We can play the land and look for an opportunity to Nature's Chant and get back our Familiar. Okay, they've got a really fast Guardian. That is scary. We're gonna go land, blow up this, get back the Familiar, and then immediately evoke the Mole Drifter. Draw some cards. Okay, we find Faithful Drifter Ephemerate. Love it. Let's see if they are going to use their lands. They're casting a Squadron Hawk, right? Are you going to attack? I'll attack for 2. Maybe have another land. I'm a little bit nervous about them having Spell Pierce still for some reason. Feel it. If we just draw a land, then I'll go Faithful Hardcast Drifter. Find a snap. So I can snap this and then have enough for Drifter Ephemerate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, yeah. Snap the Hawk. Untap. Evoke the Mole Drifter. Okay, they could also have a Dispel, I guess. Let's Ephemerate the Mole Drifter. Okay, no Spell Pierce, no Dispel. We have Counterspell now. Play land, play Faithful. That's the turn. We really need to find a way to make a bunch of life. So Dawnbringer Cleric would be good to take out the Journey. Archaeomancer would be awesome as well. We're going to Brainstorm. I think I'm going to Counterspell the Brainstorm. Because they have so many Hawks in hand, I want their Brainstorm to not be valuable. That's my goal here. They're like, oh, I have all these Hawks in my hand. What do I do? It's easy play. Just attack for 6. The next turn, it's going to be 10, 11, 12 that they're attacking for. We're drawing a ton of cards here. We're going to draw 2 plus 1 for turn. Okay, here comes the Ephemerate. Bam! Mole Drifter, draw 2. Nothing good here. Let's Flicker. Draw 2 again. Lorien Revealed. Cast the Lorien Revealed. Draw 3. Okay, Chancery. Pick up the Plains. We drew so many cards and nothing happened. So, discard. Guess we're probably going to go Faithful, Evoke the Drifter. If they use all their mana here, oh, they can't. They don't have double gates. So they're going to attack for 7, the gate. And then next turn it'll be 12. Oh, they have a Pyroblast in hand. Yikes. So we basically have to draw Archaeomancer. We're tapping out. Dawnbringer Cleric's going to get rid of my Ephemerate probably. Flicker. Okay. I have a second Flicker somewhere. Okay, Faithful. Drawing the Snap is pretty nice because now we can play the Chancery and pick up the island and then go Drifter, Snap Drifter and actually make mana. Evoke the Mole Drifter. Hopefully we'll be out of range. Snap the Mole Drifter. Untap. I'm going to go for Preordain, trying to find Archaeomancer. Archaeomancer and Pirates. Okay. So I can top the Archaeomancer. grab the Ephemerate. And I can Ephemerate the Archaeomancer, grabbing the Snap. Snap the Moldrifter now, and hardcast the Moldrifter. We're going to 20 life. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They can't kill us right now. Next turn we have Prosperous Pirates. Okay, pass the turn. We're gonna get rid of the 2 Ash Barons. Let's just get rid of Ash Barons and Plains. Don't need the Plains. Okay. So are they gonna go and try to just slam in for a lot of power? Oh, they red blast the Archaeomancer. I cannot double gate the Guardian right now. Attacks for 7. Can't do anything about it. I guess we're looking for Mortuary Mire to get back Archaeomancer. Who knows if they have a second Dawnbringer Cleric or not. Standard Bearer. Strange. The Standard Bearer does make us snap their Standard Bearer, but it doesn't stop Ephemerate or Flicker. Okay. Go Familiar. Archaeomancer. Grab the Ephemerate. Snap the Standard Bearer. Let's see if we can find a Flicker. Go Preordain first. Bottom these. And then I can play the Prosperous Pirates. That converts the mana, this white mana, into just... no, not. Anyway, let's now Drifter Ephemerate. I guess I could also snap the Archaeomancer, or sorry, I think I might do, yeah. I'm going to Ephemerate the Archaeomancer, or snap, then snap my Moldrifter. Oink. Untap, untap. Okay. Still have lands to play. Let's go Archaeomancer. Get back. Snap. Evoke this Moldrifter. If we snap now, we'll have some blue mana. Snap this Drifter. Now, with that other familiar, our Prosperous Pirates is mana neutral. Okay, play the familiar. The Prosperous Pirates. Mana neutral pirate. All right. Okay, still trying to find Flicker. Evoke this. Draw. No Flicker. All right, well, now I can just hardcast this Moldrifter. 1 mana available, so if I find the Flicker, we can win the game. No Flicker. All right. That's a turn. When it says, I tried, I'm also trying. I'm trying hard. Cannot find my second Flicker. They are foretelling a Behold the Multiverse. They gate the Guardian. They can attack for 7, putting us to 30. All right. Okay, we have the Ephemerate. Ephemerate the Archaeomancer. They also have Counterspell, but they have white available, not red for a Red Blast. The lead on Modern Age, I guess. Modern Age is going to resolve. Draw. Discard a Chancery. Oh, nothing. Attack for a lot. Doot, 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 doot. Really want to find my Flicker. Okay. So I guess I'm going to Ephemerate the Archaeomancer and attempt to get the Preordain, and then try to find the Flicker that way. Our opponent gives us the GG. All right. Let's see how deep it was. Oh man, way down there. All right, we'll see you in round 5. Match 5. We are 3-1. I'm gonna keep this. We have a lot of options here. Blue red land. Probably not Jeskai Ephemerate, but has to guess. Let's just preordain, looking for familiar lands, stuff to do. Dawnbringer Cleric, I don't think I want. Let's keep the deep analysis. But we can like cycle for a plains here. Cycle for a plains, play the plains, cycle for an island. Okay, the Elorian revealed, finding an island. And they preordain themselves. I'm gonna guess this is blue-red control. That's my guess. I don't think it's fairies. Usually fairies just leads with the fairy. I haven't really seen fairies around lately. They went top bottom. Find a Chancery. So now I'm just saying, I don't think that you are Jeskai Ephemerate. I don't think they are. A preordain. Don't need this. Mancer's okay. I'll keep it. I'm gonna get rid of the Ash Barrens here. I could also get rid of the Deep Analysis. We have a lot of land drops lined up. Let's see what they do. Plays a land and passes. Okay. So they're likely gonna play the Monarch on turn 4. We have to go snap Muldrifter. They land, pass the turn. Don't really want a compulsive research for 3 cards here. We're gonna yield until their end step and cycle the Ash Barrens for an island. And whatever they're doing. Untap. They cycles Lorien Revealed. They don't get, okay, they find a volatile Fjord. Now I know for sure they are just a blue-red control deck. Cycle, grab an island. Making our land drops. That is the clutch. The key important ingredient for defeating control is to make more land drops than them. Land. And then we can play the Archaeomancer for Preordain. They probably just kill it. I don't know if they're worried about... Well, I should probably pass. And then cycle the Lorien Revealed for a land. Just keep making land drops. The Preordain. I'm going to yield until the next end step. They could be holding a bunch of counter spells or a bunch of removal spells, and either one is kind of not great for me, I guess. There's a land. Okay. I'm going to cycle. Let's grab the untapped land. Draw for turn. Dawnbringer Cleric. If I could play that right now, I think I'm just going to go Archaeomancer. Try to get back the Lorien Revealed for another land. Counterspell. So that is fine, I think. We have another Archaeomancer. We made them use their mana. We're looking for a position where we can... there's the Commodore. Saw that coming as well. Alright, so we have to snap the Commodore. Then play Muldrifter and Cleric, I guess. To do... snap this thing. Looks like they're considering killing their own creature. If they kill their own creature, I'll probably just answer for... Okay. Maybe answer for a land, I don't know. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. That's both of these. Slam this Muldrifter. Draw some cards. And play this Dawnbringer Cleric. We'll go with gain 2 life. So we are down on cards in hand now. They kill the Muldrifter. They're going to untap, play the Commodore again. And then they're going to kill the Cleric. We can Mancer, snap the Commodore, play Deep Analysis. Just keep tempoing them. It is a big 5-drop. Plays the Commodore. They continue to be the Monarch. We're just trying to like be an annoyance. Okay, they play a tap land, which means that I can Mancer, snap. They have to then kill the Cleric unless they want to give me the Monarchy. Go up to 6 cards in hand. Play the Archaeomancer. Grab the snap. My land. Up my island. I will snap your Commodore. Then here I think I am going to compulsive research because they don't spell pierce here. Means they don't have it. Looks like they might have a spell pierce. They lightning bolt their creature. Or my creature. Okay, untap. Going to compulsive research. Leaving up a blue mana. But compulsive research is not great in the face of counterspells, and we don't have, like, they're tapped out, so later we can use the Deep Analysis. Let's discard the Chancery. That's the turn. Okay. Next turn, we can go Mancer plus Snap. We have Counterspell. They could certainly have more removal spells. They Ghostfire my creature. Okay. Cast the Commodore again. I'm just going to annoy them some more, play Mancer plus Snap. Here's a Familiar. Familiar. The Archaeomancer. Grab the Snap. Snap this thing. Tap a bunch of lands. Then I'm going to draw a bunch of cards. Draw 2 cards. Another 2 cards. We're close to comboing. Can snap this. Play the Familiar. Play the Mancer again. Get back snap. Snap the Mancer. Untap these two things, play the familiar, play the Archaeomancer, grab the snap. Okay, your turn. So they have a removal spell. We just try to respond with snap, and then they probably a second removal spell or whatever. But then we can Faithful plus Mulldrifter with counterspell backup on the next turn. Three of our Archaeomancers are now been played. So the only way to get back the Archaeomancers from this point is to use the Mortuary Mire. I'm going to cast a Murmuring Mystic, which I do not care about at all. I'm glad. Okay, draws for Monarch. Let's go Faithful. And then I'm going to attempt to snap the Mystic. Well, I guess I'll just play a Mulldrifter first. See what they're going to do. If I find a pirate, okay, I have infinite mana. I have the infinite combo. I'm going to go land. Oh, I messed that up because okay. Well, let's snap this thing. See what their response is. Lightning Bolt on Familiar. Okay, I will snap my Familiar then. They scoop. Okay. It's not what I thought was going to happen. Once again. All right, the Dominator Cleric it's not needed. One other thing we could consider is the Circle of Protection blue. And then I think we want 3 Hydroblasts for sure. We could maybe... I really like being able to counter their big creatures, but get rid of these counter spells. So we want to just combo through them, right? Circle Protection blue for the terrors. Maybe that's not needed. Don't need these Faithfuls. And then I can maybe trim on a snap. We'll have 3 Hydro, 3 Counterspell, COP blue. Maybe I want the negates over the counterspells. Just get rid of Circle Protection, bring in the counterspell, and then do it like that. And then hope I don't get teared. We're just gonna try to combo through them, right? And is fine. We have land drops. We can Island Preordain. We have Hydroblast for the Commodore. Also can protect our own stuff with Hydroblast. Island Preordain. Familiar Mire. I don't think I want the Mire right now. The Familiar. Interesting that Hydroblast does not stop Ghostfire because Ghostfire is colorless. People have been playing Ghostfire just specifically for Guardian the Guild Pact, I guess. In this kind of deck. Play a land. We have 7 cards in hand. We're going to 8. Play the Floodplain, pass the turn. So if they use their removal spell killing my Familiar, then I can use the Hydroblast on the Commodore. So I think I'm going to play out the Familiar this turn. We'll see what I draw. Having an island. Find another island. I think then I want to play the Chancery, passing the turn, picking up this, discard one of the extra islands. I was thinking that Familiar, they kill it, and I Hydroblast or Commodore. But now I can have double protection. Okay, let's go for the Familiar. They're going to have a couple of removal spells, it looks like. 5 cards in hand. So we're making way more land drops than them. Go for Hydroblast. I'm going to Hydroblast again. I know this opens up the opportunity for them to have the Monarch, but I feel like if they slam the Monarch, then I can just slam my Mulldrifter. I'll be able to attack through it. Who knows? Preordain for our opponent. You can also play Land Mancer for Hydroblast. They went top. If they play the Monarch, and it's red, Clarion Terror. That's not great. Not great. We have 1 card left. I'm going to try and get this Mulldrifter on the table. It resolves. So the Clarion Terror is why I would usually bring in Circle of Protection. Because a 5/5 beater is ginormous. There's a second Terror. Dang. Bad. Okay. Did I even bring in the circle? Brought in 0 of them. Preordain. Looking for to do. Bottom these. Counterspell. Preordain again. I kind of want to find a Faithful. There's a Faithful. So let's bottom this. Up the Faithful. Hit the Faithful. Cycle this for an island. The island. I'm going to attack. Now I can do a trick where I play the Archaeomancer and then block and snap it. We're gonna go to 5 here. But I have the ability to gain life now. I guess my best hope is that they just tapped out for something, but they don't. Okay. Go to 5. Draw. Cycle. Island. There's my island for turn. I can block and snap with the Muldrifter. So let's do that. Then I'll have snap plus counterspell. Play this modern age. A little bit of life. Put the top card of my library into my graveyard. The Mancer. Well, that's what I have to do. I have to do what I have to do. Larian Terror players. Chonky little 5/5 guy. Not little at all. We're going to block. I'm going to snap my Muldrifter. Discard it. Apply a counterspell. Now I'm dead to Lightning Bolt. Seems like they have nothing. And tap our lands. Okay, we go to 3. Play Augur of Bolus. Finds Pyroblast. Yuck. I think they got us here. Yeah, darn. Alright, so they are on the Terror build, which means that we have to be on Circle of Protection Blue. Then getting rid of these counterspells for the negates and the Hydroblasts. Because just like completely shutting down their terrors, they wouldn't have been able to win the game. Mulligan. We'll keep this one. Get rid of the Flicker. And let's see if we just slam Circle on turn 2, they concede. They won't concede. It'll be sick. Hit the plains. Alright, they're holding up a Pyroblast or a Lorien Revealed. Let's go ahead and play our Circle. Color hoses all around. They cycle for an island. Find a volatile fjord. Okay, plays the land. Got Pyroblast up. They floodplain. Pass the turn. As long as I make my land drops. Feeling okay. Draw for turn. I'm gonna island cycle. And then play the island. Then go ahead and try to play Compulsive Research on myself. Which if they counter is fine, because the next turn I have Muldrifter off this island. If they don't counter it, then I have options. Likely they counter. Like a pretty juicy target to draw 3. They go for a Brainstorm. They did not have Counterspell or Pyroblast. Weird. Oh, there's a Pyroblast. So they Pyro it. Got the Pyro out of their hand. See if they slam the Monarch. Nope. Okay, what do we do? Land. We have a Hydroblast. Let's evoke this. Trying to find cards. Trying to stay ahead on card draw. Got lands. Okay, pass the turn. Thought maybe they would use a Pyro there. We have Hydroblast for the Monarch. And Circle for the Terrors. So we're set up unless they slam a Mystic. If they slam the Mystic, then they'll be tapped out. So we can just play the Muldrifter. Now they're brainstorming. There's a land. Augur of Bolus. Okay, so let's see what they get. Feels a Lorien. Next turn they get tap out for that. Draw. So I play the Faithful. I feel like they probably have Counterspell in hand. I'm trying to find a moment where I can play Muldrifter into a single Pyroblast that's open. Okay. If I find a negate, maybe that would be good for me too. Deep Analysis obviously would be really solid. Chancery to pick up a land. Pick up the plains. Pass the turn. They spread my creature. Fine. Gonna get in. Not today. Okay, I'm gonna circle your 1/3 creature because I have the mana. There's a land. Larian Terror for 2 mana. Okay. It's a turn. You know they have Lorien Revealed in hand. I feel like we're gonna get buried here. Gets in for 6. Circle it. I really need to draw a Deep Analysis in order to crawl back into the game. Or if I draw a Lorien Reveal, I could evoke a Hydroblast, or evoke Muldrifter. They've cast the Lorien Revealed. We've shown them we have nothing to respond with. They have not used any counter spells so far. Draw a snap. Let's evoke this Mole Drifter. Okay, that resolves. Go for snap. I have a Scred. I have a Hydroblast. Scred again. Okay. So at least we can play Modern Age and get rid of these 2 extra lands. Get rid of this one. Pass the turn. I'm going to upkeep and cycle this Ash Barrens to get it out of the deck. We can get rid of this Terror for this turn so that we can pass easier. Or Preordain. I mean, at least we drew some cards, but I'm not feeling very confident right now. Especially if they just slam Monarch. If Augur of Bolas, it gets them a Lorien Revealed. Probably want to just play the Lorien Revealed here, but looks like they're not going to. Weird. Pyroblast my Modern Age. That's strong. Cycle for a land. Draw. A Mortuary Mire to get back the Mole Drifter. That's the turn. We will put the Mole Drifter on top. They're so far ahead on cards though. They're 5 ahead and they're going to go to 30. The problem for them is that they have to find the Monarch in order to damage me. Is Lorien Revealed? I guess they could also play Murmuring Mystic. They're going to attack. Okay. Circle your stuff. 1. You want to save time doing circles online, you have to click the circle first. Oh, you don't have to click through all the mana. Okay. They've played Pyro, Pyro. So they have 4 counterspells left in their deck. Just going to slam the Mole Drifter. Counterspell. Pretty expected. So this is the problem with having the Prosperous Pirates in the deck, is that we kind of like fizzle out versus the control decks where when we don't draw the Deep Analysis. And they're so far ahead right now that they could just counter my Deep Analysis. All right, we've circled all their stuff. Take 0. Plays Admiral, so now they're drawing a million cards. La-di-da. Come on, I need a Deep Analysis. Okay, we have a Modern Age. Just waiting for our opponent. Obviously, they counter it if they have a counter. I mean, at this point, they're drawing so many cards a turn that we just have to slam stuff. Have the counterspell. All right. Hopefully the Monarch is on the bottom of their deck. They decide not to attack. Okay. I mean, there's the option of decking them. Play the Chancery, pick up the Mortuary Mire. They have 2 counterspells left, probably 2 Pyros as well. There's the Commodore. The race is on. Has to Preordain. Go top bottom, like Augur of Bolas, so they can. I guess they may have drawn the Augur of Bolas. Reveals counterspell. Well, whoop-de-doo. Feel like we're dead here. They're gonna decline to attack. Very frustrating. Mortuary Mire. Back the Mole Drifter. They just swing out. We circle up everything. And it looks like they F6'd actually. So we can, if that's the case, I'm actually going to try to snap this thing. Maybe I should have done on their end step. Preordain. I mean, it just it's like a 1 turn of fogging. The Commodore again. Pass the turn. They go for just attacking with the 5/2, which is nice. Now I'm just going to circle everything up. Where's my Deep Analysis? Familiar. Pass the turn. Red on the Familiar. Okay. I mean, maybe we rip a Hydroblast and then we go Mole Drifter into Hydroblast. I guess I'm kind of happy to 3/2 with this right now. Murmuring Mystic's going to be annoying. Mole Drifter into Mole Drifter. Let's evoke 1. Counterspell. Hard cast. Yeah, they got me. Let's see. Man, we just did not draw very well. So, that's okay. Go back to the list. Essentially, just comes down to the same point over and over and over, right? Go back to the Familiars. It was nice a couple of times to have the Prosperous Pirates because we were able to combo off. We just didn't have the card draw, the raw card draw to force through. So when you play this version, you have an additional 4 cards that you can draw with the additional Deep Analysis, Plus, you have more Modern Ages. Like, I think we just need more raw card advantage to just go over the top of our opponents. Definitely stinks to lose to the blue-red player there, but it is what it is. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.